enough of where you at. I came here for vengeance, watch your back. No need to defend, I'm on attack. Sorry they can't reply, but I guarantee they had a blast. Pop, 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 I be on the next to only ya. I am fresh to death.
Good morning, everyone. So it is Wednesday of week 5. I don't know how many days in we are at that point. I'd have to look. But it is check-in day. So went ahead and got pictures into myself and looked through this a little bit, and I'm happy with what I'm seeing. But definitely think that some of the changes that I've already made this week are what I needed to do in order to continue to move forward, not just from my appetite standpoint, but from body fat standpoint. So we can see here in my check-in, I'm 227.4. Any of my clients that are watching this is not what I want on a check-in, but I don't need to write a whole bunch of stuff out for myself. So don't just write great. Give me details. So 227.4, we're down from the last check-in a little bit. This past Saturday on 9/6, I had a cheat meal with Brittany, 2 In-N-Out burgers and 1 fry. I didn't even finish the full fry. And then it's what I'm most proud of this week is how good my energy has been and how good my mental clarity has been. Like everything is locked in. I feel very productive. I feel very good. Like I am very much happy with what's happening right now. So from last week to date, I'm down 1.4 pounds. And then if I go over here to daily habits, I'm about the same. So it did slow down this last week, but I made changes on Monday that should ramp that back up a little bit. So I was 227.8 yesterday, 227 Monday. This morning I was 227.4. So this is still creeping down, which 227.4 is my average right here. So definitely interesting there. Sleep has been fairly good the last few nights. I've been waking up before my alarm actually, and pretty much being awake and ready to go. Stress has been fine, kind of middle of the road. Strength has been great. Hunger has been pretty low. Monday it was very low. Recovery and energy are both really good, and then I need to start tracking those again. But getting my 4 liters of water in, getting my 10 minutes of sun, like I'm doing all of these things here, knocking out on my cardio. Cardio was done on Saturday. I just completely spaced on doing my check-ins that day. And then at least getting the weekly average, I was a little bit low on these 2 days here, but by a very slim margin. So overall, very productive week. Definitely a step in the right direction, and slowly kind of dropping from where we are or where I started. I was around that 235 mark when I got this thing rolling, and we're down to 227. So I'm 2 pounds away from being at 10 pounds in week 5, which is pretty much the goal of trying to lose 2 pounds a week. So now if I look at this here, like I said earlier in this, you can see I'm 228.8, 227.4 today. I did wake up a little 30 minutes earlier or 30 minutes later than I did on this day. So that could play a small part in my weight being a little bit lower. But since my weight has been around this 227 mark, I don't think it's anything too crazy there. Pictures wise, look, I shaved. I didn't fully get rid of it, which honestly I think was worse because it has now made me incredibly itchy with the hairs being short. So I might just end up taking it all off. But just standing here, not flexing or very gently flexing my quads and abs and that kind of thing, just kind of a very minimal tension on these. I don't hate this look. I like this quite a bit. You can see more detail coming into my rec fem, all the way down to the knee, actually on both sides, which is not fairly typical for me, especially with this one. It doesn't like to go all the way down. So the fact that I am seeing that is good. I don't have the just side turns here, but I do have the back ones. Hamstrings about the same, back about the same. As far as just standing here is concerned, there's not really any big changes. What you can see is this right shoulder is a lot more kind of rolled in and down. You can see that here it comes down and my shoulder comes out. Here it's kind of rolled forward. So that is something that I need to pay attention to and be mindful of. Again, legs look tighter. Like these are definitely moving forward. We can see that rec fem coming all the way down here, which is good. And there's more detail coming into my quads. I'm definitely pulling my vacuum harder, which is really nice. And then we can see a little bit more detail through the biceps. Chest is about the same, but I've also got hair on my chest still, so that can leave some shadows and stuff. I'm pulling my vacuum better on this day here on my front lat spread than I am here. Again, quads are tighter, but I've definitely still got work to do on my upper body as far as body fat is concerned. I was finally able to hit my side chest better. This is still not great. I'm still doing some weird shit with my core and my arm here, but this really goes to show that you either use it or lose it. I haven't been posing for the last almost 2 years, not consistently, and I've definitely lost it. So this is something I've got to work on again. But positioning is far better for me today on this side tricep. You can see that the shoulder is capped out a little bit more here versus here. There's kind of just like a bunch of meh going on. Chest does look a little bit more full. I can see a little bit more oblique here. I honestly think I need to probably turn my light down. This is probably washing me out a little bit here, which isn't helping me be able to see what it is that I need to see. So I'm probably going to turn that down a little bit. Hamstrings, as I'm flexing them, do look a good bit tighter, and my back does a good wow, my back does look a good bit tighter as well. Jesus Christ, I think I just had a stroke. We can see a lot more predominant of like trap and lat separation here. It's not like aggressively leaner. Like it's not like I lost a ton of fat off my back. This is honestly usually where my body holds most of my body fat. But I think between posing it a little bit better and having lost body fat, it does look a good bit leaner. So I'm definitely happy about that. That's nice. Lat spread looks good to me. Nothing massive. I do see more hamstring, but kind of the same thing as the last one. That's about it. And then I don't have an ab and thigh or most muscular on the other one, but I will show them to you guys. Midsection is looking tighter. Some of that is because I got the body hair off of me, which is good, or at least trimmed it down. But I am really happy with what I'm seeing with my quads. Like that's not usually something that I see. Usually on this one, it wants to stop like here, but now it's coming down this way. And honestly, that's kind of credit to like how I've been training here recently, which has been a lot more squeeze and flex and really making sure that the muscle that I'm using is the thing that is causing me to move forward. You know, I'm not just like flinging things around hoping for the best. So yeah, this week I already have changed things leading into this, since I can change this at any time that I want. But I'm not going to change anything else. So like nothing is going to go up as far as supplements. Like everything's going to stay the same as far as that's concerned. But nutrition wise, I will go ahead and show this to you guys. So before everything was training days and rest days. So now what I did is I just flipped these, right? Or I changed the name. So I changed the training days to high days and the low days or the rest days to low days. I did make a slight calorie change to these. So the easiest way for me to compare this for you guys is to show you here. It would be on the next check-in. Is to show you here. So it was at 260, right? 260 grams of carbs, but going from like almost every day having 3,300 carbs to 2,800, I didn't want to make a 500 calorie drop when I was already dropping weight. So like, it's not like it would be detrimental to me. I could do it and probably still make some pretty good results. I just don't think it's super necessary. So I dropped it from 380 grams of carbs to 300 grams of carbs, right? So we're at 300 grams of carbs here and 3,000 calories. So about a 300 calorie drop. And then this one stayed the same from the training day macros. So I will use this as I need to kind of sprinkle in some extra, like a refeed day if I need. So all of this stuff is still the same as what it was before. All the same food sources, all that stuff. This is just, good grief. This is just now, my rest day food is now just my everyday food until I need to feed. So we're here, 2 large eggs, 1 scoop of Labrada Hydro, 70 grams of oats, 20 grams of honey, 100 grams of blueberries, and 25 grams of peanut butter. On workout days, it is 2 scoops of Librata Hydro, 100 grams of cream of rice, and peaches. You'll see that my carbs are here at almost 90, and fats are only trace from the peaches and from the Librata Hydro. But then on rest days, right, my meal plan is a little bit lower, so 74 grams of carbs, but 18 grams of fat. So if we look up here at my total macros, right, this goes a little bit more carb on training days, a little bit less fat. And then here, a little bit more fat, a little bit less carbs. But if you look at the total calorie spread, my rest days are 50 calories higher. Not that big a deal. So that 50 calorie difference is just coming from the changes of fats and carbs. And that's pretty much the only thing that's different here. Meal 3 is 130 grams of chicken, 130 grams of basmati rice, 2 of those carb counter tortillas, 30 grams of goat cheese, vegetables, and some type of fruit with that meal. And then my last meal is just the creamy and the Rice Crisps. So that still stays the same. I did take fruit. I had fruit in on this meal, but I would rather have more of these Rice Crisps than fruit, if I'm being honest. I'm already having fruit at all the rest of my meals, so I think I'm doing just fine for that. So today is a rest day. I'm going to end up doing this amount of calories here for the day. I really don't have a ton going on, so I'm going to be knocking out a lot of editing, some social media clips, that kind of thing. In a couple hours, I do go up to the gym to do some content with my client, Stacy, the natural figure competitor that I've showed a few times. But other than that, I'm going to be sitting at my computer a lot today and knocking out a whole bunch of work. So that is everything today, guys. This is check-in on week 5. There are 7 more of these videos. That's it. I only get 7 more. So I need to really start to ramp this up because I'm happy with what I'm seeing. But the goal is to be pretty shredded. Things are going to look different for me. I'm not going to look like that guy anymore, right? Like, he is my weight right now, and I'm not that lean. So I know I have to understand that my expectations of the look that I'm going for is going to be a lot less than what that was, but there is still a standard that I have set for myself about what condition looks like. So I do think it's time to kick things up a little bit. So change the calories, and then we'll see what changes may come for next week. We'll catch you guys on the next one. Make sure you like, subscribe, leave comments, all that stuff.